Talk to us about, diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's kind of a catch term that's being used more and more now, but really define for us what that means and what it entails.
Diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging now, which has to be really included, is a really loaded term. And it means so many different things. But, diversity, I would say, means that, there is a presence of, different people from different backgrounds, right, in a space. Um, Equity is equitable experiences to advance, right? And equity is really taking an assessment of individuals and who needs more to be on an even playing field with different counterparts, right? Equitable piece. Early in the pandemic, a meme was going around with like equity was like one person standing on this ladder.
Right.
Da, da, da.
Yeah. Yeah.
So equity is actually access in a lot of these spaces. How does these diverse groups have access to certain things? And then inclusion is really having your voice at the table and feeling like you are a part of through whatever type of mediums that may be occurring. And belonging facilitate all of those things, facilitate someone's belonging, someone feeling like they're invested in, the institution where they may work, the communities, things of that nature. So when you think about it, diversity is just presence, right? We're there. Equity is access, right? Inclusion is feeling like your voice has been heard and things have been applied that lead to more equitable opportunities, whether in whatever space, sport, entertainment, business, whatever case may be, and belonging. That is a genuine sense that this is where you're supposed to be and that the steps have been taken for you to feel like that within your professional space or wherever.
Yeah. I think those were some very clear cut definitions for
Yeah.
some very vague terms, right?
Yeah. Right, right.
Yeah. 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 All right.
It's
And
always
is that
important.
part
It's
of,
always important to operationalize them. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, I like that. I like that. And that's part of the work that you're doing with the NBA, correct?
it's some of the work that I'm doing. I'm doing a lot more mental health stuff now. Um, a lot of my stuff is DIB adjacent because now when I very first started, my stuff was like racial trauma trainings and things like that. And now, I do a lot of that work in conjunction with mental health and wellness because I think they're so aligned. And when we think about cultivating healthier workplaces for individuals post-pandemic, the DEI work and also, mental health and wellness have to be kind of simultaneously, um, connected. So, I think I'm doing the work sometimes, planning is centered around DEI initiatives and sometimes it's more core line to mental health and wellness. But we always talk about the differences and the variance of experience based on that, right? Culturally responsible, culturally comprehensive approaches to discussing some of these things is something that we strive for at Kid Wellness.
Absolutely. So, who is an ideal patient for you? If people are listening and they say, "Man, he's virtual. I think I want him to be my practitioner." So, who are you looking for in your practice?
Ideal would be someone who is private pay because I will
Right.
not take insurance.
Yeah.
Um, someone that's really ideal is either I do really well with black males, work really, it's really a beautiful thing coming out of the pandemic that I get a lot of calls to work with black males. So black males, athletes, first responders, C-suite, D-level executives, and entertainers. I really like the people that I really focus on. I really my what's a really driver for what a real driver for what I do, and I'm trying to find different iterations to support is actually young black male adolescents to young emerging adults has been a space, and I think it's because I'm a former football player and former coach, and I'm able to. I'm 33, so I'm in that space where I'm not old enough to be their dad, but I'm not young enough to be their peer. I'm
Right.
able to kind of empathize with them and still kind of, understand who Juice World is or who all these other different characters are that they like. I'm still playing in video games, still in the sneakers and things like that. So I hold a real good, space right there where I'm a very uh, palliable, therapist for that group. And so as I start to work with more entertainers and more artists and more other individuals, um, I've been trying to find different ways, whether it's a black male support group, things like that, or clinical group to support black males, young black males. as they navigate high school, going into college, and things like that. So yeah, man, Black males, athletes, entertainers. I'm a trauma trained clinician, so first responders is always going to be near and dear to my heart. And like I said, C-suite level, D level executives, particularly Black males. A lot of Black males. I have a few Black males that are in that space, that are C-suite level leaders who need support in a whole bunch of different things, whether it's from just general wellness to performance, all those different things, considering other things, how to increase their ability to be better. So all those different things kind of go into it.